Hi, this is a quick tutorial on how you use Voki to create an anime presentation. The first thing that I want to point out is that you do not log in. Under the age of 13, you need to use it without logging in unless you have parent permission to be able to log in. And the only reason is then you would be able to save your information, but it collects your information differently than when you're under the age of 13. So I'm going to show you how to do it without logging in. So let's ignore this part. First thing you're going to do after you search for Voki, V-O-K-I, click on that link and then you're going to choose Create at the top of your page. Once you choose Create, you're going to be in that creation zone. You will start with choosing your character, basically, the character that you want to talk. Now, one of the things, because you're doing this all in one sitting time, my recommendation is that you create your speech or whatever you want your Voki to say on a Google Doc before you get to this point. Then you just have to copy and paste your information. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose my character. Notice that there are going to be lots of characters to choose from. If I was going to scroll down or scroll up, maybe I'd pick someone in here. Any of those would be okay. Thinking historical figures, most likely, right? Now notice here, I have Abraham Lincoln that I could pick and there's no star here. That means I can use that one. But take a look, I can't use Albert Einstein because he has a star there. Anytime there's a star by that person, that means it's in the paid part. Not even the login, it's a paid part. So it'll look like you can use it, and then you'll create your whole thing, and then you get to the end and you can't publish it. So please stay away from anything that has a star by it. So if you chose Albert Einstein, you're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to pick a different Voki to represent him. So don't just think a person for the Voki. Think of things that represent that person. So I'm just going to scroll up on this one. These are the categories. I'm just going to scroll to the top so you can kind of see more of them. If I click on this top one, notice I'm going to see a whole plethora of them, and I'll be able to scroll through and look for one that would represent. Maybe I researched someone that had a dog, and I could do the speech from the perspective of that person's dog, or could be an inanimate object. Whatever it is, you have to be creative. But again, I'm going to stay away from any of them that have the stars because that is a paid one. I had picked out, right? Let's do Martin Luther King. All right, we'll pick him because he does not have a star. The next thing I do is I take a look at the next side. So I have put my person here, and then I'm going to dress that person. I can pick top. I can pick different hair if I want to change them. So don't be so set on, even if you cannot find someone that represents your person at all, pick someone who looks similar, and then you can change their hair, change their clothes, all that other good stuff. I'm not going to change anything there, but I am going to change the background. So again, we're looking at the Voki, we're going to dress that Voki, and then we go into the background. First, I'm going to pick a theme, click, and then I can pick the background to go along with it. So thinking about Martin Luther King, what would be representative, I guess. Then the next thing is the painting. Notice that I can change the color of the lips, the hair, the eyes. So if you're really trying to represent that person, know that you can do more. The last part I want to point out is the sound. There are a couple things that you can do. If you have copied the, if you have already typed up what your person's going to say, what your Voki is going to say, all you have to do is paste it right in here. And I'm just going to say, this is my test. Obviously, include all those parts that you need to include. You have a 600 letter limit though, so you have to be careful, really get to the big stuff first. Now, if I want to listen to what my person says, I pick the language. I'm going to keep English, of course, but I don't think Martin Luther King sounds like a Julie, so I need to find one that I think that he would sound like. He was from the United States, but probably a deeper voice, and that was a UK one. But I'm going to want to look. This is my test. I'm going to look for that. Now, the other thing I could do is I could actually use the microphone and record my own voice. I can click on there, allow the microphone, and I can say, this is my test. Stop when I'm done. I can then listen to it and then decide if that's what I want or not. It will upload, and I can say, this is my test. And then I can go back here, whatever it may be. All right. So let's say I'm just going to, I'm going to pick this one. I'm done with it all. I like my Voki. I'm going to save it. On the bottom right, I say save. I can pick a name, and maybe I'll just, okay, save. And notice after I've saved it, my character is created. It's going to say, yes, sign me up, log in. That's not what you want. You're continuing as a guest. So you're going to say, no, thanks. And now the beauty is all you have to do is click on the link. When you hover over it, it'll say copy URL. So I'll click on that, copy URL, and this is what I'll turn in. I can't go back and edit my Voki anymore. Because again, I'm not signed in and we're going to keep it that way. I then turn in this link. So then anyone who has this link will be able to view my Voki. This is what it'll look like. So that will be your Voki. So pretty cool thing to be able to do. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. Enjoy.